pleasures come, we must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name. Grass green and so alive. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah. Light is gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah.
Oh, I've tried everything. I've searched for the fountain of youth, but I still seem to be as lost as I was before. 'Cause I don't want it all, I just want it up. Something small that will keep me tall. 'Cause I don't feel like I am enough, but then I hear you through the roof. Darling, don't let the colors parts of your heart go. Darling, don't.
Good afternoon, everybody, and good morning. I'm so excited to be finally back after my holiday, my little timeout that I had to take, and we are back on the charts. Good to see you all. Looking forward to the next hour together with you. I have some things prepared for us to do. We will take a look on our trades that we have taken last week. So we will take a look at how they've been performing, what are the next steps, what are my next targets. We are going to take a look at the Nasdaq, what it's doing currently. But before all of that, coffee is much needed today, so that's how we're going to start things off. And let's jump right onto the charts. Let me greet everyone here, all the people that have tuned in on either X, YouTube, or our partner Sidekick. So let's jump onto the chart. Okay. Let's start off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we see, we jump down a little bit further, has done a major move to the upside of around 25%. And I was waiting and looking for a retracement. And as Bitcoin has already last time reacted almost perfectly, as you can see here, to its last all-time high and bounced from there, you see this entire move here looks like this move here, but this one is just a little bit smaller. As you can see, here we had around 100%. Here it was just, which is still amazing gains, 25%. And what was I looking for? A bounce and a reaction on our last all-time high, which has now turned into a support, as we are clearly pushing away from it and are now at key levels here. Because the thing here is now, see, we've got a reaction and we already have gotten a pullback on a lower time frame. So if we jump down here, we can already see we started to create a higher high. We could even see it like this. So we have created a high, low, a equal high and a higher low, and now create somewhere here, hopefully a higher high. And here's the important thing: we need to break above this downward trend line. So what this looks like then is there is a pattern that you can see often happening, and that is a consolidation move followed by a drastic move to one side, and then we reverse and continue to the upside. So this is called the ACM model, call it. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because here orders are getting built. If we have this move to the downside, what do we take here? We know a lot of people put their stops down here. So people get stopped, and if you look to the left, it was clear that we do not push to the upside without filling this price here. So this big area here. And you can think of that in the way like if you are painting a wall and there is a spot where you have not painted, you will come back at some point, hopefully, and paint this spot in your desired color, which the other wall also is. So this is how you can imagine it. So to create fair prices. And this is then the sorry, it's not ACM, it's AMC. Sorry, because it's AMC, and I explained you why. So let's mark up the first box here. This was our accumulation move. So let's just keep it white. So this was the accumulation. This was our accumulation move here. Then what have we seen? A manipulation move, which is our M in here, to the downside. Let's just take this small move here and make it, let's say, red, because this was our manipulation to the downside here. And now we get, it's called AMD. I don't know why I was so stuck on AMC. Here we now need to see our, let's say, the third stage here, and we make this green. This has to be our distribution, which means prices will continue to go distribution, prices will continue to go higher. And this is typically a pattern. Let's make this a little bit bigger, somewhere here, so you can screenshot this if you want. I will also screenshot this for myself. So this is typically a pattern that occurs when you have seen a big move to the upside and you get some sideways action, which we do see a lot happening on Bitcoin, and then we get a move to the downside to fill gaps, retrace to a support, because a lot of people think now, oh no, we go down here, but what did I have here as additional confluence? You see, we have this multi-touch trend line here that was perfectly aligning with last all-time high, and we get a reaction off of it, have even retested it here again, and now need to break this downwards trend for a confirmation of the breakout. Here are my targets. I think we will be somewhere in the 130, 135, so let's make this here a little bit higher. Somewhere like here, I think Bitcoin will end up in the next months and weeks. And this is the game plan for Bitcoin. So we have entered a long position. Let's go back on the daily, less candles. We have entered a long position after this big bounce here. We had an engulfing candle on this support area here, so this was a clear sign for me. Okay, we have some interest here. I want to enter along. My stop is below that low, which is now the confirmed last low, as you can see from a structure. And if I want to go down to a lower time frame, we can even move this. So you have two options now. You can move your stop. Let me choose something different. You can move your stop either down here, because this is our last swing low. So stop option 1. This is the safe play where you still lose money. Or if you say, okay, from this point of structure here, I will not allow price to go for stop. I will not allow price to go down here underneath this last swing high, but let me just remove I want to remove this. Then this would be almost a break-even move. The next swing I will wait for. So my stop is underneath here, because why should I risk it to go down here? If I have a clear swing low here, there is no point in losing more money if it goes against me. But as we are already here in profit, we should be careful at this point here. That's what I say. So you could even say for yourself, okay, let's take a look. We have this trend line here, and let's say if we can make it even steeper. So you see, and now you can do something and set an alert here. If price crosses this trend line here and closes below it, you can trail your stop along that way. So you see, this would also be our stop option 2. This would be riskier to be stopped, but you would have managed more closely. That's what I would say. So I do expect I'm going to see a big move to the upside, that prices will retrace here, and we hopefully retest this and then break. So we can use this as our safety line here and trail our stop along that way. But for now I only have moved my stop to 112,540. Let me just make this. This was the wrong line. My current SL, so I can update the members in our Discord on how we have on how you can manage your positions. So we can trade it along the way here, and then we see what prices are doing. I'm super confident, to be honest, with this here. We bounced, healthy retracement, and if this model of accumulation, manipulation, distribution plays out, we will see a good potential trade here. But the thing is, with Bitcoin dominance breaking down, I think Bitcoin will be slower. So that's why we have our next candidate. And here we see we have already gotten the first breakout today with also a big candle. Here the thing was a little bit, I wouldn't say lucky, but there was definitely a chance, like there is always, that I would get stopped here and was in too early on the trade. But I have seen this retracement as my entry, and what it looks like I was right this time, because normally you'd see you take this whole move and it would go in line with the first trend line here, so this trend line here, and we would have seen the retracement further down there, which is still possible here, but for now this was the right, sorry, this was the right move here, and I have added this trend line because there was just a confirmation. See, from our last trend line touch here, it was first it was this here, we saw the break, and now we reacted aggressively from this level, so I had to adjust this to be my last low that has not broken down my upwards trend line. And what you could do now is, again here from this point, we can again draw a safety line steeper, so on the 4 hour, which is perfectly fine here, to trail along that way to take profits. And the important thing is, you know, we have gotten a breakout. We will, in best case, see a retest somewhere here, or this was a little bit too narrow, too tight. So we could see a retest maybe here, here, and then we need to break this level. The 4,000 level here is pretty important, because then to the top you see, and then my next target is 4.5k, and if we can help this trade all the way up there, we have here again, need to come back a step on terms of management. What I will do here is, here I will put my stop definitely into profit. I'm not allowing price to go down here. This is my clear, this is my clear level. This is my clear level. Now I have the right line where I say stop loss in profit. So I'm not allowing price to retrace a move of 14% just to erase my gains. So here we are in slight profit already. I don't think that we will go down there, as from trend perspective this should be the next move, as trends always move in 5. Let me make it more clear here. This is our 1, 2, 3, let's say somewhere here is a 4, and then we get the 5, and from there on, what would be ideal? Get a correction, create a support level here on the 4k level. I'm sorry. Create a support level here, and from there on we can go way higher. So for now this is looking really promising here. What I expect price to do, as I said, stop loss is in profit already. Yeah, let's put it down here, as this was our swing. Again, we have seen nice retracements, and we do see the 50% retracement being a crucial role here in those trends, and this tells me it's a really healthy uptrend here. You see price action is not like this. You see we had really steep pushes, and the sell-off was also big, but here it's from my point of view really healthy trend. If we see small retracements, which are normal, yeah, we like to see waking up to 4 or 5% gains, especially in a trade where you have leverage. This is what we like to see, but we also accept the fact that there will be retracements, and we have our safety lines that we try to trade along. But here also need to download for the members in the Discord. I will post this later what my idea here is. Stop loss, as I said, secured in profit. You could even trail it further to here, because if we break the line there, which is the, see, it's the crossover line, then we are just wrong. So you could even set it stop loss deeper in profit, higher so, but here you would have a let's say option 2, and here the chance is higher that you get stopped, and you might get stopped here, and then we continue to the upside. But these are the two options I can present for the members in our Discord. And yeah, beautiful move here for now. Trade is looking insane. And yeah, you have any questions so far? Anything you want me to look at? Seems fine for now. Everybody's happy. I would also be happy with the trades we're currently in, and I really am, because yeah, I was not on the best level and exact when it comes to psychology and stuff, because I had a lot of stress, a lot of things I needed to take care of, and this reflected in my trading and analysis. So what I also tell you is, do not move lower here on crypto than the 1 hour chart. It would just mess with your mind. Stay at the 4 daily, weekly, as these give you the cleanest, and I just see it, it's funny, I will just say something, it gives you just the cleanest view on what prices are likely to do and where they go. And as we have discussed a accumulation, manipulation, distribution model, let's look what we have here, but on a bigger time frame. You see, we had accumulation here. Then what have we been doing? We manipulated to the downside, filled or bounced at a support, and we are now, what are we doing? We are distributing to the upside. So you see, this model does not only apply to Bitcoin, but also on Ethereum. But you need to see it, and you also need to be willing to take the risk to enter long positions here. But you see, it was just the same, but on a higher time frame, and you will find this on a 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, whatever. But the higher the time frame, the easier it is for your mind to cope with it, because moves take longer. I mean, this was a, let's say, if we go for now, this was a 2.5 year move. So you could prepare yourself for this 2.5 years. I mean, now it's easy to say. I won't stay here like, oh, this is so obvious. Yes, now it's easy to see. But once you see at least those two things, so a sidewards move, which this clearly was, which you could have seen, and then a move to the downside, I would be cautious and look and wait for, you could have even entered on the break of, let's say, this last low here, and put your stop all the way down here, and you would already have made around, yeah, close to 30% with, look, you had a 50% stop loss. But you have to see it. So it's multi-time frame and adding more confluence to it, like trend lines that you create along the way. This is playing out super confident in crypto here. Just give me a second, I need to check something. So, and by the way, if you want to join my trades, come join our Discord. The link is in my profile, Pascal Trades, or you should find it on Coin Compass as well. And there you also find our broker, which is our partner BitGet, and you can trade futures there. They have a really good looking UI. Everything is super simple. You just deposit your money, put it in your futures account, and you're ready to go to trade futures and join along the way on my trades, which is totally free for you to sign up. And just use the link in our Discord. Our Discord is and on our profile, so you can also join me on the next trade to catch moves like this. Because what we always have is, I had to make the decision some time ago that day trading crypto is, it's doable, but you need I would say a certain amount of capital that is really high, where you can lose, let's say you can easily lose $1,000 and it doesn't bother you, because you will have a lot of losses, but your wins on the other side will have a high risk to reward. So your wins will then be, let's say 7-8k, but you need to be able to consistently lose 2k, 3k, 4k, and then make 8k. So I was switching to the higher time frame, as it was just less noise, cleaner moves, and you have no FOMO. You have no FOMO if you enter the trade here or here. It doesn't matter if you come online at, let's say now it's morning in the US or it's afternoon in Europe. It doesn't matter where you enter in the end. Yes, it is some percent, but you can capitalize still on the whole move. And yeah, as I said, we will see a retracement here. Now people could say, oh yeah, but you could close now here if you anticipate a retracement and enter further down here. You could, if you feel like, if this is what your trading rules involve, because you see we run now here into a resistance. But this is a trade on the long run, so I can sit it out, I can sit out drawdown. I know how to trail, and I'm trying to maximize my gains. And here is absolutely no reason for me to close now a trade, as we have just made 3 moves of an 5-wave upwards trend. In my point of view, it could now also retrace at this resistance here, but you know, I see this and I know why, and I know that people are starting to sell in here now, which is again healthy for our retracement. And this is a resistance, which support and resistance trader trend, support and resistance trader straight. So I'm pretty confident if we do not break a swing low here. And this is obviously also a breakout candle of this downwards trend. Yeah. So no fear here. Retracements are normal. You can even use them. That's what I did. Down here I added to my position. So yes, I was up nice, and when it was coming down here, okay, I had some confirmation, I think, on this candle. Was it this candle? Yeah, yesterday I bought in, so it was a Wednesday candle. Here I added to my position, and you see it was already paying off here with 5% move, and I could confirm my trend line. Just need some coffee today. I haven't slept too much. I'm too much on the charts. And here, yeah, trades are all at the crucial points now. Again for Solana as well here. We are now on so the weekly looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, this is a perfect uptrend. We have retraced this move to 61.8 retracement, and we are now looking for our free to go somewhere at the 230 level, retrace back, and then we need to adjust our targets, but it will somewhere at new all-time highs certainly. And what are we doing here? We just react to this daily smaller downtrend, and if we break this, then our next target is the higher time frame trend. And here as well, what you could do is move your stop into profits. So all of these trades are risk-free, and now they only have two options. They either work out, or we will find another entry, because what if price decides to do just another wave to the downside and maybe come in here, and then from there on we go. It would be even better for us in terms of entries, but of course for the mind and structure wise it would not make much sense, as we are here also on a support or key area level. We do run into this trend line here now, looking for it to break. See, this was on my end. So we could see a retracement here, and then the next thing that I need to see is a break up into our resistance. So far everything is looking good here. Stop loss in profit, and don't get feared by one red candle. As you can see here, this is a perfect example. We perfectly came down, retracement, and up again. So the last chart we entered perfectly, we are perfectly on track. So I was looking to take around 30 minutes of looking at the chart, spending time there, and then we can drop onto Nasdaq and Link. It's finally moving. Finally, yeah, my little, I will call it my little baby. What do we see here again? This is the 3. Now we've made the 4, and now we are making a 5. But you could even argue this, so this would be a conservative way of seeing this, that we get one more wave, but we have to see it in a different way, and that's what I think is way more likely that's going to happen. This move was a downtrend, and look where we started our uptrend. This was the last low. We've made a high here, made a low, so again here we have a 3, a 4, and a 5 left of our move. And let's take a little look. So 2 was here, 3 I expect somewhere to be around here, 4 could then be on our last high, and then 5 could be somewhere up here. So this is the idea here, that we break this level, here, and use it as our support, which can become a perfect bounce again on our trend line. As you can see, we can even refine this on the daily here to down here. So you see, this is a really promising setup here in a key area, which we see on the weekly time frame. We have broken out of this 200-day downtrend with 3 big bullish candles. We retrace it, so don't be feared if you see big moves in crypto that prices will run away from you. It is never like this. You just need to be patient enough to position yourself, and here it was. Also, I was entering this trade. Yeah, you see it almost perfectly on the bottom here currently, but I won't be fooled, because I know prices can always do something like this and trade back into the 0618 retracement, but which would go a little bit against the trend, because then we have to go somewhere down here again, which I don't see with September coming up. So what I will do here is also move this stop in profit. So here in profit. So all or most of our trades are in profit. What you could do now here is again draw one more steeper trend line, which you can trail along. We have broken this trend line here. Currently we see some retracements appearing. after a strong push today, which is normal. You see we had today upwards candle running into little resistance. This is normal, but here also again link stop loss in profit. Yeah, there's not much to add here. This is looking clean like we want it to be. Hi, I will just call you 0x. I've just seen your message. Okay, and what we are going to do now, finally, as we have taken care of all the trades that we are currently in, and I won't, yes, now you could argue, oh, but there is way more crypto charts and this and this and that, but I will focus just on these four mostly in the could now started altcoin season, to be honest. I just have to add the, that's a good indicator. Just give me a second. Don't me. Yes, so I wanted to add the Bitcoin dominance here as well, because you see, for everybody that does not know this, when the Bitcoin's dominance is dropping, we do see coins apart from Bitcoin tend to pump, as Bitcoin is not that dominant anymore. I have covered this in this week's video, so make sure to check out. I have also taken a look at ETH, Solana, link. So here you can also get again what I have just said to you. So I have made it clear, broke it down in a video, so you can come back and reread it. And this here is, yeah, we have seen a strong, say, trend to the upside. I will just make it, you could draw the trend like this, then we would have seen a breakout now, but I will be a little bit more cautious and conservative and wait for price to go down here, and then the Bitcoin dominance could start in a downtrend, and you see when it drops, it is rapid. February 21, April. So what you see is that often in September it started its move, but this was September, it dropped. Here it was January, and this year, so September, January, maybe, as we know it was here, you could argue it as January, September. Last year it was January, so now what is likely to happen? That this year we get again a September drop. So it was January, September, January, September. And as we know, crypto does move in cycles and things repeat itself, even though people still don't see it. You see, I will just go back again at the Bitcoin chart. You see, push, retracement, push, retracement, push, retracement, push. And I don't say that there is a retracement where we go back in here, which is likely, but I do not see it yet. So if you will look at the monthly chart, and I think Bitcoin will go back to 95,000 and maybe, but that's what I don't see, is that we get it back into the 75,000 area. But I think 95,000 will be, we will see that again, yes. But first we make a new high. Altcoin season 2026, we see a spike, and then we see a huge drop coming with, speaking of that, Nasdaq also being included. Here we definitely have some work to do to redraw, repaint, as we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monthly bullish candles. I thought this, and here I got trapped. Still yet it's not confirmed. As we can still see here it's hard to draw, but we could still see a retest of this area, and from there on we start to go down. So normally I would have to adjust this to here now, because you see it's hard to tell here. We did break it, but we still move further to the upside. And if I trail it along, still no break, and this is not a downtrend here. So here we have made the last high, and now I need to accept the current last created low. And then if this here, I will just take this now as example, is it, would be probably a deep 0.86 retracement. Yeah, you see, so it's the last line where it can start to create a downtrend. We then could see something like this happening, and I was trapped here. I was in a short thinking, okay, now Nasdaq will dump and everything, but it was not the case, as it was a dirty fake out, what it appears to be, with a steep retracement. As we have seen, this here could have acted as, let me redraw. I will tell you what my idea was, and I was wrong on this. So this was the break from my point of view, and I was looking for a retracement back into this area, which was around the golden zone. It retraced, I entered short, and I got stopped because you see what it's doing. It's still pushing. I mean, we had earnings coming up, we had a good week, so that's why I was a little bit, yeah, I was just trapped here, but it doesn't matter. We prepare ourselves, and the next thing we look for here is break to the downside, and yeah, we do get a reaction of the 0.5 Fibonacci, certainly. As you see, we made a high and immediately broke it. So what you could do is, if I would look for a day trade, this was my setup. Low, high, low, and retrace to the 0.5. So short position here, stop always above the 786 retracement, and my target is down here. And this is what I will now also enter as a trade today. So I will enter here I will just do it in a paper trading, so you can see it, just to follow along, that everybody knows, but I will place it on my personal account. Stop loss goes here. Do not mind about the risk and everything. Just keep it like this here, like it is, and I will do a trade on my account. Set this as well, and Nasdaq 100, and I will then update the people in the Discord, so make sure to join the Discord to be notified. For this we need to just have one thing, that this is our low, so a pending order. I want to add that 23.12. Yep. Stop loss is at my 23.550. This was a little bit too high. Stop loss is at 23.648. So it's, you see the chart is different here than on my broker, which is normal. So always use the numbers in your broker and not the numbers I post. Also, what you see here. Thing could also be that we go a little bit down further. So I will monitor this closely if this limit order here needs to be adjusted, because if we break the low, then obviously I need to adjust my fib. But for now, I think this here gives me the sign of a low. If we break it, I will adjust it, and then we wait for price to set up. But for now, the idea is like this. Could also be the case that we go in here, but we just wait Just give me a second, I'll be right back. Let me turn the music up for you a little bit. Just need to go to the toilet.
Seeing monsters out your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat.
Okay, I'm back. And appears like that it's setting up here. This is a okay. So my trade is placed. 23. Sorry, I'm back. I currently have some major problems here with the connection, but I'm really working on it to fix it and looking for a fix in the next months. Otherwise, I'm getting really annoyed by what's happening, and I'm also getting annoyed by NQ here, to be honest. I have to cancel the order for now, as we keep on dumping. And then we need to adjust. So we have probably reacted to this here, you see. That's what we are reacting to, so we just cancel this order. As wow. We need to wait for the next retracement here. So we could price even see bounce in here. So we see this our next area where we could trade down into. see coins are also starting to react here. I mean, we have seen, look at this insane move here today. They will cool off a little bit. Yeah, you don't. I think with this being said, I will let you know. Enjoy a sunny day, hopefully. I will leave on the stream for some more minutes. I will wait for some questions to come, and yeah, if you want to know anything, just ask me, let me know. We have some more minutes left, and then we can enjoy the rest of today, as it looks like that we might still get our fill order here. So this stays active. Good that we've come back. This stays active, and I will let you know what's happening, if we get filled or not. So I will just put on the order again. Limit here. Stop loss above here. So stop loss, take profit down here. Okay, as it seems there are no more questions, I will leave you for now. Have a nice day, and wherever you are, enjoy your afternoon or your evening, and see you maybe tomorrow again or next week. Bye bye.